Hello, it's Friday. I think it's week number 6 for our journey of conquering the world. So let me double check. So last video what we had, it was week 5, so now it's week 6. Let's take a look, brief statistics. For last 7 days it was 26 views, 0 likes, 1 comment, 2 shares and 2 subscribers. Yay! Mostly from USA, and then Russia, Latvia, Kyrgyzstan and Germany. Okay, so let's see. Previous week was 17th. Let's start from Farther Mic. 17th. Music and sound effects. That's it. Not too much. So added the SDL2 mixer, sound engine file, init audio, include sound engine, use sound engine in game class, and then turn left play move, turn right play move, jump play jump, left play move, right play left play stop, right play stop. And in sound engine load play move, play jump, then channel mix underscore play channel a type sound loops. Okay, mix pause, sound types, move, jump, attack, move, attack, map of sounds, and that's it. And even wave files are missing. Probably it's next. And music. He renamed play to play SVX. And also play the music for level. Oh, there is a sound files. Load wave, load muse. Interesting. What difference? Muse file, use load music file, can load wave mode, MIDI. Okay, so it supports more formats, probably. What difference between load muse and load wave? There is a different set of formats, like MIDI is not supported right here. OGG is supported. FLAC is not supported. So this thing does conversion at load time, and probably this one doing conversion during playtime. My guess. Now what happened? Play SVX, stop music. There is background musics. Play move SVX. Prefix are changed. 2 maps for music for SVX. That's it. Let's see. Let me open our Emacs and hopefully it will compile, because anyway I will able to use his build scripts. It's not compiling. Let's try first my build. Alright, fatal error, no files. Oh, I need to go to this deal. And it's not even installed. Okay, let me install it. Sudo. So I'm in Ubuntu, so I need to use apt-get. Install. Password. Unable to locate package SDL mixer, SDL2 mixer. SDL2 mixer for 2 lib SDL2 image mixer, so it's called like this. And I need dev. Okay, let's try compile again. I bet it will not able to link this thing, but we will fix it later. Yep, so let's see what meander using for linking? I guess it's in profile. So he added this thing. So I need to add this thing to my build tool. There is a config, and I need to add this thing for SDL2.0.h, I guess. Sound engine. Right, SDL mixer.h. Alright, so I need to clean. No? Why? Build config SDL2 mixer, or it's SDL mixer. Now I'm SDL2 SDL mixer. Oh, it's SDL mixer. Oh, like this. Yep. Yay. I don't hear steps. Did it print anything in the log? Loading. Didn't say anything about WAV. Oh, where is it? Ah, it's probably in res folder. Like this music. Should work. Let me troubleshoot this thing. So first of all, I'll disable to playing music. That's here. Okay. So no music, but probably we will hear some steps. No steps. So it's not music. Load WAV, play music, play channel. Let me put breakpoint here. Let's be sure it's. Oh, there is no calls. Let's see here. I'll put log to be sure exactly there is no calls. SDL. Just like this. No. SDL. Right. Always making this mistake. So, and show here in this area, little log file. Yeah, there is no cause for this thing. Okay, I'm not going to fix it. Meander will do it. So let's go to my things. So 17th, Friday 17th, April 17th. Partially redesign game screen, piston, water, separator, particle. So last week I said I got the graphics for my game Maxwell Entropy, and I was using these graphics to put it in my game. So here is it. What I have, it's I measured all metrics from mockups and put it here, like piston width, it's like this, mockup width, mockup height, and then I was using these constants instead of old one, and previously I was trying to use some weird math based on aspect ratio to estimate piston width, but it didn't work. So I changed it here, so it's always independent, like it's always same for different devices with different aspect ratio. Height of area with particles, it's like this now, and then I draw water, draw piston, draw horizontal separator, and in draw water there is a free textures, so depending on frame there is a texture 0, texture 1, texture 2, and then draw sprite for whole screen. So before I was drawing water on parts of screen. I think it's easier to show you graphically. Set. So this is my Maxwell. I need notes because I do not remember. How? I don't remember, and I don't have notes except use display. It was something like head -1 and -0, head -0. Oh, here. Map to output. Yeah, so like this. Let me put first in my notes. So this one disabling touch, and this one, but it's not finger touch. There is a different name. I need list of devices. List, right? So for pen stylus. Okay. Also, so I made the note here. Let me put terminal. Qt, no. Tablet. Qt. Yeah, Qt tablet. Okay. Okay, so I was explaining how I was drawing water previously. So this is screen. Wow, it's so slow. Wow, huge lag. And here is a piston, and here is a horizontal separator. I'm just wondering why it's so slow. So before I was drawing water like this. So I was drawing this area first, then this area, and this bottom area. So in 3 shots. And right now I'm drawing whole screen, and then I'm drawing black rectangle here. So that's it. So you can see like 1, 2, 3 draws, and there is only one draw. And it's made things simpler because I know I just want to draw like whole screen, so I do not need these coordinates, something like this. So I changed the drawing for particle. I removed the drawing for digits because I'm using same font for digits and for letters. So digits and digits width, I got rid of it, so you can see. And also I removed this thing, draw piston, because there is a draw sprite based on type. This is my first commit. Now make water move. So it's basically right before it was just drawing first picture of water, and now it's based on timestamp. Add more elements to game screen, area with particles, and corrected piston width, slow down water animation. What is battery? Battery. Pause button, fence, and brick. So there is a mock-up button size, and then I get rid of drawing text on top of the screen, like there is a level, time, because I guess I moved it down. So correct the piston width. So before it was based on width, but I want to keep it always same and width basically. So I lock down the height. So any calculation based on height right now, and if the height didn't change and width of screen changed, like it was aspect ratio 4:3, and then it's become wider, the width of piston will not change. So then I was tweaking the animation for water, and here's it, black screen, what I was mentioning, black rectangle in this picture. So here is it, I draw the black rectangle, and printing level and time here, then sprite of battery, then pause button, like here in this area there is a pause button. Also fence, and here's it, little magic, so I know to make the animation. So each frame it's drawing different fence from 0 to 7 if fence activated, and if it's not, it's just drawing fence off. Drawing brick, and handles for pressing on the button, on pause button, like this, and pause button. And also corrected the battery size. For some reason I put wrong dimensions. Doors, so I was going to draw doors in this commit, but I did not. Yeah, there is no doors. There is doors, but I moved it here. Oh, I did implement it last week. Okay, it's not this week. So improve animation for water. So now I decided to put just timestamp and make the calculation of animation inside the draw water. It's kind of more logical because draw water knows better how to draw it. So I just need to send timestamp. So I decided to blend two sprites of water. So I'm drawing like one sprite of water, and then with transparency second layer of water, and then I'm slowly depending of the time changing transparency of water. So like before it's like totally transparent, and then it slowly become opaque and kind of become first layer of water, and then I'm setting another second layer of water with transparent, and then it's also becoming slowly opaque. So I made the simple shader program, which I call like alpha sprite program. So here's it, I calculating the level of transparency. Then here I'm calculating what is the first texture, and here I'm calculating what is the second texture, and here there is alpha based on the time, and I'm setting it somewhere here. So alpha change from 0 to 1, and just draw second layer of water. Like first layer of water, I just using sprite to draw sprite, but second layer it's like almost same except as a draw sprite, except setting the alpha value. I lost it again here. So there is a new alpha sprite program, and there is implementation for alpha sprite. So we're just copying the colors from texture and setting alpha for alpha chain. That's it. And I need to do it for Linux and for iPhone, because for some reason iPhone requires this thing. That's it. Red and green brick battery capacity. So just draw the red and green brick. It's a battery capacity. So there is a, and it's changing colors depending of capacity. So here's it, I'm calculating how much battery is from 0 to 1, and then this is a map for colors, and this thing for, you know what is it. So, and here's it, draw red brick and green brick, simple. Battery capacity, next button, off state, what is it, add next button, off state to sprite list, draw main button, and next button. Okay, so let's go here. So here I added off state for next button. You can see this is it, and also I added coordinates for next button, and I decided to change layout because it's like wasting a lot of space. Why I need one line with just one thing for this thing? So I compacted like this, and also I ordered everything alphabetically, so now it's easier to find it. Next button, okay, it's here, and texture coordinates here, and they are like normally texture coordinates from 0 to 1, and I normalize it to size of spreadsheet. It's easier for me like this. So next button to enumeration, the sprites, and you see like this is with dimensions power of 2, and this is like original one. Okay. I did some refactoring, mockup width, mockup height, start screen, and I'm drawing. Oh yeah, so it's also redesigning start screen, draw sprites for mouse, for replay button, for next button there is a replay button and next button, and there is a menu button. I did not implement on this commit handling tabs on the screen. It's going to be next commit. So make the water to move slower, and I made the counting levels from 1. Last week I mentioned. Oh no, it wasn't last week, probably. Alright, then I was, or it was last week. I think it was last week. So it was counting from 0 and I fixed it. Right, I added 1 here. And made it slower twice. So it was from divided by 256, and now it's divided by 512. So I refactored code for buttons finally. What I did, I decided to use virtual. So I doing something in base class in reset and draw and handling mouse buttons, taps on screen, and some extra on derived classes, and I added letter V, kind of V stands for vendetta, I'm kidding, for virtual. And I changed it here on game screen, so draw, reset, mouse buttons, now it's V draw, V reset, V mouse buttons. Then in intro screen, right, and I implemented in base screen class buttons, and now instead of drawing on each derived screen, I just doing like add button, like the sprites for button, for highlighted button, and where it's positioned, and also the handler for button, like here is it, it's intro screen, play button, click. And now I do not need to draw this thing, so I remove drawing here, and I remove handling for mouse down and mouse up. Here is nothing, and handler switching to screen like it's used to do. Set screen here, now it's inside the play button, click. So intro screen, I changed the names from draw to vdraw, from reset to vreset, and so on. And here is a implementation. So inside the draw, first I draw everything on derived class, and then I draw all buttons. So similar for reset. For mouse button, I am handling all mouse buttons, and then do this thing. Then this mouse button from button returns true or false. So like if it's true, it means button was clicked, and I need to run handler for button click. So it's like this. So add button, it's simple push back to the vector button list. Reset buttons, it's just clearing button list. Draw, it just draws sprite. And then handler, check for coordinates x and y, and if it's inside the button, it sets the is down to true. For up, it sets is down to false, and also returns true or false if it's somebody clicked on the button. That's it. So now draw, reset, mouse button down, it's not virtual anymore. and I needed to add some template because member function are from derived classes, and this mouse takes the member function from screen class. So I need to have template, and inside the template I just doing static cast member function from derived classes to this base class. What's happening here? Virtual withdraw, vReset, vButton, and so on. Struct button, which has sprite for normal button, for highlighted button, coordinates, method is down boolean, draw, mouse button down, mouse button up, which returns boolean as I mentioned before. List of buttons, and that's it. So, and also I need to change for all derived classes draw to withdraw, so it's happening here. Draw to withdraw, draw to withdraw, and that's it. And I implemented it's only for one class here for stats screen, but on next commits, so refactoring remaining buttons, so like add button for pause button, it's in-game screen, and also I'm using mockup coordinates now for buttons, so it's easier. So you can see I'm using mockup button size for pause screen. You know, pause screen, it's this button, right? So it's in this corner, so it's 0, 0 and width and height here. And because I need to know in screen class mockup height, mockup width, I put it in mockup height inside the screen class. So I removed it from here, and now I change it to member variable, class variable to member. Like this. Remove handler for buttons, for typing on screen. Added the handler on click. That's it. Now for intro screen, there is one button play. Also mockup height removed from here, and added play button click. And because mockup is all mockups is for 4:3 aspect ratio, I need to know strategy how to place all graphics in different aspect ratio. So there is a variable anchor, enumeration anchor, which can be left, center, or right. So because I want to put play button in the center, I put anchor to center. Added underscore here, and I guess yeah, I don't need any more this boolean because it's went inside the button structure. And here is it how I modified to make it work with mockup coordinates. Like this, it's not very complicated, just some math. Anchor, left, center, right, and also here, and by default it's left. And also added mockup width and height in the screen class. Set level screen. Right, I removed this thing. And because constructor is empty, why I have to bother? Ah, no, I moved it here and added button to select level screen, main button. Select level screen, right. So just refactoring all these things. Everywhere is similar. Select level, set correct fence width. Before I put it, I made it 16 pixels for any resolution, and now it's correct based on mockup. Make log smaller. It was 200, that's 130. That's it. Ah, no, it's vertical margin. Right, so I lower them and then made it 30% smaller. Get rid of all textures to design stat screen. So redesign stat screen. What did I do? Is cleared. Okay, so I added to the variable level cleared or not, and also get rid of all texture pack. Fix the coordinates for next button. Get rid of all texture pack. So yeah, I slightly modified the start screen, so put the text in correct positions, and depending if level is cleared or not, printing fail or best or new best. Okay, just printing text. Removed this text because now it's buttons instead of text. Delete the texture pack, delete. Fix compilation for iOS, improve font rendering. Oh, this is quite a big thing. Font rendering was crappy because GPU cannot do good scaling. So there is an interesting technique, and it appears it's very simple to implement. So I just need to generate a map. And if you want, you can Google and read about this thing. It's quite interesting technique. I knew about this thing, but I was thinking it's hard to use, but actually it's basically one line of code. Implement pause. Now instead, before pause lead to select level screen, and now there is a pause state. It's a lot of things. Switch to pause if app goes to background. So like there is a events will enter background, and on this event I'm switching up to pause state. Adjust graphics for iPad. So I ran some tests and found some OB1 errors, +1, and there is a 2 pixels difference for fans, something like this. Fix the bug with new best. Yeah, I had the bug, and basically I need to add a variable which saying is game over or not. And this bug happens because of piston transition, and it takes 2 seconds. And if I'm holding fans, it's draining the battery. But game over happens before door starts moving. So for 2 seconds I can drain the battery, and because I'm draining the battery, it's reducing the score. So before moving the doors, I'm setting is game over, and like if it's game over, I'm not draining the battery. There is a basic idea of the bug. The print total score. I was thinking it's a good idea to put the total score, and basically total score is just summary of all for score from all levels. And I added the method which returns total score. It's just doing exactly summary of all level for score for each level. There is a algorithm for this thing in C++ SDL. Just doing accumulate, and that's it. And I did draw total score, and drawing it's like this: total score, calculating height, width, and so on. Compilation, move total score to the black area. It was at very bottom of the screen, like here, and there is a black rectangle, so I moved it inside the black rectangle. Some compilation fixes, different compilers treating differently. Show uploading progress. It was my first attempt, and like it was working on Linux, but it didn't work on iPhone. But basically it's like this, like then I'm loading something, I'm drawing progress. So I fixed it for iOS. I also added icons. Now I fixed the loading progress for iOS, and it's like this. So there is a in the rendering state, there is 2 states. It's loading state or normal state after total load. So if it's normal state, it just renders. If it's loading state, it loads. And to load, I'm sending like loading state, and load knows based on loading state what to load. And like here's it load, and depends of loading state, it loads different things. Like if it's 0, it loads fonts. If it's 1, it loads background, and so on up to water. And at the end, it draws progress. Added SVX for so I added class sound engine and play SVX, then doors are closing, then screens are changing, so for doors, then level start, then particle communication or interaction with piston, with walls, top and bottom, with fans, play the button sound, and there is a sound engine class. So I'm loading, including files, OGG files, button, doors, fans, level start, particle piston, particle fans, and here's it. I'm loading it like using decode from memory method. That's like here. Also I set, because fan sound it's just looped sound, so I put it in separate iterator, initializing audio, and there is a callback from audio engine, audio subsystem, and here's it. It's just mixing all different sounds from wave list, and also if fans, it's playing loop sound for fans, and here's it. For play, I just setting iterator to begin and end of SVX, and for fans I just toggling is fans boolean, and this is header file for sound engine. I'm using STB Vorbis for this thing, so it's like this. I added build script because I was traveling this week and I wasn't able to use my Linux box, so I needed to program on my MacBook, and I got tired to switching back and forth from Emacs to Xcode, so I figured out how to build from Emacs using this command. Added background music. It's similar, and because background music is quite big, I added loading progress for background music. So now it's loading graphics, and this is for sound and this is for graphics. And background music is kind of similar as fan sound. So I wrote the music, and I was thinking to use the In the Hall of Mountain King by Greek, but after I changed my mind and decided to use my own music. Also, I wasn't happy with button sound. I changed it. Now I'm back to work with Linux, and there is of course some incapabilities to work on Linux. Also added Steam sound, then doors are closing, and here's it. I changed the background music to my own. Fixed the size of red brick. I noticed like red brick is a little bit shorter, and then I investigate this thing. I realized then I was transferring coordinates from my handwritten notes. I treat 0 as 6 red brick, and I fixed the physics for particle and particle interaction. So before I was using just integration, and integration was always not accurate, especially then there is a lot of particles, and instead of integration I just used the formula for bouncing. That's it. Let's move to demonstration. I close this guy, and just wondering who is eating up all my CPU. Xorg evconf. Yeah, everything looks sane. Okay, start, run. So you can see there is a loading progress, and there is music in background. Now you can hear the transition sound. Hopefully you will hear the steam. There is a button sound also. Now let's pick some level. Let's do level 5. So also you can notice the quality of font. Also there is a total score, like these buttons working. You best, yay! That's it. Thank you for watching, and hopefully see you next Friday. Bye!